10 topics, 10 minutes, a 1 minute man production. I'm going to put 1 minute on the clock. 1 minute on the clock for topic number one. Hit it. Jaleel White, a.k.a. Steve Urkel from Family Matters, has his own brand of cannabis called the Purple Urkel. Did I smoke that? If you don't know, Steve Urkel is the greatest TV nerd of all time, right up there, neck and neck, 1 and 1A with Dustin Diamond, a.k.a. Screech. May he rest in peace. But Steve Urkel was the biggest fucking dork in the world with that like Pee Wee Herman strut and the suspenders and everybody. And he was always falling over and being a total goof. But the real life Urkel was much more like Stefan. Remember Stefan Urkel when he would go into the magical fucking, phone booth thing like Superman and turn into a new cool suave guy? Well, that's because he was smoking that ganja. He was hitting the hot leaf. He was hitting the devil's grass. And so now Purple Urkel is available. And he says, anyone who knows me personally as Jaleel White knows that I'm into adventures, big laughs, and excellent food. AKA Steve Urkel. He likes to fucking smoke weed. He likes to get high as shit. So shout out to Steve. That's going to be big money. So anybody who's in on the cannabis game right now, you're about to get paid. And Steve Urkel with that Purple Urkel is about to be at the top of the list. Topic number two, Matthew McConaughey says that he's going to make says that he's considering a run at governor of Texas. Now, George W. Bush was asked about this by Jenna Bush's daughter on whatever fucking morning show she's on. And his only response to that was, yeah, I saw that. It's no joke. It's big business, I think he said. He said it's a hard business, which is like George W. Bush being a guy who likes to just like watch baseball and probably like drink some beers and just hang out now that all his responsibilities done in politics. That's him saying, Matthew McConaughey, are you fucking crazy? Like the last person in the world who should run for office is Matthew McConaughey, not because he's incapable, which he probably is, but I don't know that for a fact. He probably is not able to be a governor, a mayor, or anybody in politics. But the fact that he would even consider it when his whole life is just being laid back, cool, and saying, all right, 3 times in a row. Why put yourself through that and go into politics, dude? No fucking thank you. Just continue being Matthew McConaughey. I'm kind of liking these bells, which is like the church bells, almost the like forever and ever. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to the Catholics. The altar boy was just down there ringing those bells when we were supposed to believe it was like God above or some shit. I'm kind of liking the bells here for 10 minutes, 10 topics. Topic number 3. The Super League is dead. R.I.P. the Super League. It went from April 14th, 2021 to it went from April 18th, 2020 to April 20th, 2020. Very short-lived, but all of the major clubs are backing out of the Super League idea, which was basically every big soccer team is going to say fuck off to all the other leagues and all the other small clubs and join the Super League. It was dead on arrival because these soccer fans over in Europe are like, all about like, oh, we can't do that because soccer is more than a game and it's more than a business. It's our life and shit. It's like, shut up. Just shut up, you European soccer hooligans. The Americans, we know it's about fucking money. These guys say that as if they're not paying Ronaldo and Messi and these guys like $50 million a year. It's all about business. It's always been about business. Give me the Super League where you're making money and you're playing all-star games every week. I don't give a shit about the crappy soccer hooligan club that can no longer play because the Super League is around. Give me the Super League, you big babies. Topic number 3, the Lakers catfish situation with Vivian. Now, I did a full 1 minute man breakdown. You can go over to the YouTube on the Kevin Clancy Show page or the Instagram and watch my 8-minute breakdown explaining who the Lakers fan podcaster catfish was. Vivian pretending to be a cancer-stricken super fan and all the other Twitter personalities who may have been playing Vivian. But the final piece of the saga was when Vivian tweeted out a picture trying to prove that she was in fact real. It was a picture of herself holding up a piece of paper that said Vivian, except Vivian was spelled incorrectly. Vivian with an E instead of an I. You know who else spelled Vivian with an E instead of an I? Waleed, the guy who was friends with Josh, who was staunchly defending him way too much for my liking. So Waleed misspelled the name Vivien the same way that the Vivian Twitter account did. What does that tell you? It tells you that Waleed is Vivien. That I have not seen a spelling mix-up to solve a case worse, as bad as that, since the Jinx. Remember that? Remember when Robert Durst spelled Beverly Hills wrong? And then he spelled it the exact same way on the anonymous note to the police. Oh, if you're going to be catfishing and you're going to be hiding and having secret identities, you got to make sure your spelling's on point, you fucking morons. Keeping with the NBA, topic number 5 here. Kevin Durant went on $1 million worth of game and listed his top 5 favorite teammates, best teammates he ever played with. And he started off with James Harden, and he mentioned Steph Curry, and he rattled Klay Thompson, rattled off a couple more. And then 5th on the list was Serge Ibaka, to which my coworker, esteemed colleague, Wallow, was like, oh, word? Like, are you sure you want to say that? Meaning like, hey, dude, you didn't mention Russell Westbrook. You want a second chance? And then Kevin Durant backtracked and was like, oh, shit, I forgot. Actually, Russ would be 4th, knock back Klay, take Serge Ibaka off. I just totally forgot. And a lot of people were being like, yo, that's clickbait that you said that Kevin Durant like didn't list Russell Westbrook in his top teammates. He didn't. Wallow reminded him and he went back and he corrected it, but he didn't list him. Had Wallow not said that, Serge Ibaka would have been his 5th teammate and Russell Westbrook would have been nowhere to be found on that list. So we can play semantics with like, oh, he just forgot. And once he was reminded, he included him. But bottom line is initially off the rip, Kevin Durant did not say Russell Westbrook's name. I don't think that's clickbait. I don't think that's taking it out of context. He corrected himself, but he for sure forgot that Russell Westbrook was one of his best teammates. The Ben Askren, Jake Paul fight, the dust has settled, and now people are talking about Jake Paul's next opponent. We're talking about, maybe Dylan Dennis will come back into the mix, and Jake Paul wants McGregor. People are saying he's got to fight a real boxer next. The only way that he will be taken seriously if he fights a boxer next. Wrong. I got another option for you. Darell from MTV, The Challenge. The only thing more legit than a true boxer in his prime or an MMA fighter, an MTV The Challenge member. A guy like Darell, he was fucking crazy, man. Those guys have been throwing hands and physically fighting. Think about it. He's a reality TV star and entertainer who can fucking fight. That's actually the fairest matchup in the world for Jake Paul, because that's exactly what he is too. We don't need sanctioned boxers. We need reality stars who could fucking throw fists. And Jake Paul is proving he's best in the world at it. And many, many years ago, Darell from The Challenge did just that. So any of those motherfuckers, Darell or CT, any of those crazy guys who went on MTV and fought each other and fucked chicks on television and stole money and schemed and scammed, those guys, that's a worthy opponent too. Jake Paul, Darell, take the fight, make it happen. Topic number 7? Yanet Garcia, the sexiest weather woman in the world, has officially joined OnlyFans. Your boy's signing up for OnlyFans. Now, your boy's already signed up for OnlyFans. Let's not get it twisted. I actually signed up for OnlyFans and I panicked about people finding me on there because I thought that was like kind of sleazy or whatever. So rather than just putting like my name, KFC Barstool, I made the name Ubaldo, like Ubaldo Jimenez. Don't ask me why. I'm known as Ubaldo on OnlyFans. Yanet Garcia, let me tell you about her. If you don't know her, she is the hottest weather girl ever. She is so goddamn sexy. And when she's doing the news in front of that green screen, when she's doing the weather, and she turns sideways to be like, over here in like the Castilian region, it's going to be 80 degrees. That ass is popping. I don't think your girl will be doing the weather much longer. I don't think she has much. Maybe she continues to do that as a hobby, but the amount of money that she's going to be making from OnlyFans is going to be staggering. And she deserves every penny because she is unbelievably sexy. To all the sexy weather girls out there, to all the sexy girls, period. You're going to be putting up scandalous photos on Instagram for free. You might as well do it for a little bit of cash, a lot of bit of cash on OnlyFans. And Yanet Garcia knows exactly that. Topic number 8. Colton Underwood, a former Bachelor contestant a couple seasons ago, has come out as gay. That was news early last week. So the oldest topic here on the list. the least surprising news of all time. If you didn't watch the show, if you did watch the show, you remember, and you should have already been on to this. This should not come as a surprise. If you didn't watch the show, Colton was a good-looking, in shape, former Division I football player who was a virgin. Now, sure. Could that be because of religious reasons? I guess. Could that be because he wanted to wait for marriage and find the right person? Sure. Could it also be that he just did not want to have sex with a pussy? Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. We have ourselves a winner. You don't go on a show and have 25 beautiful chicks salivating over you and not want to fuck any of them. You don't play college football and not have sex with girls unless you're gay. So shout out to Colton for coming out of the closet. Proud of you for that, dude. You know what we're not proud of? The fact that you were kind of like stalking that chick. I'm not going to speak indefinites here because I don't know the exact story, but there was a tale of him stalking the girl that he was kind of together with after The Bachelor, which seems to be the new thing. Like Kevin Spacey did that when he got in trouble for like inappropriately touching all those boys back in the day. He was like, I'm coming out of the closet. I'm gay. Like, newsflash, guys, that doesn't matter enough anymore to somehow deflect from your illegal activity. Nobody cares you're gay. Everyone's kind of like, yeah, okay, fine. But why were you assaulting those boys? And why were you stalking that girl? So who cares about Colton being gay? Let's talk about him and why he's stalking people. Topic number 9. Sorry, folks, TikTok drama. Gotta do it. Gotta do it because the TikTok drama overlaps with a little hip hop drama. Addison Rae, you know her. She's the one who does the dance moves and then does those stupid faces at the end. It's like her and Charlie D'Amelio. It's like her and Charlie D'Amelio at the top of the TikTok world. She was dating Bryce Hall. He's been known to be on the BFF show with Dave Portnoy and Josh Richards. Well, Jack Harlow, the rapper, slid in there and hooked up with Addison Rae. Bryce Hall had a meltdown on Twitter, tweeting out like, I can't believe I let this happen. I'm so stupid. What a downgrade from Addison Rae. Bro, Jack Harlow, mega upgrade from Bryce Hall and any of the TikTokers. Jack Harlow spits bars, okay? Jack Harlow is a legit rapper. Until you've been on a track where you got a remix with Lil Wayne, it's not a step down, Bryce Hall. I'm going to go as far to say that Bryce Hall is the biggest loser on the planet. I hear the fucking bell, but I'm going to keep going because I believe dollar for dollar, pound for pound, Bryce Hall might be the biggest loser on the planet because there's probably some like scumbag, mean, horrible, actually bad person who's living in the gutter who's a bigger asshole than Bryce Hall. But that guy's supposed to be an asshole. He got dealt a shitty hand. He's homeless. He's living in the gutter. He lives in the sewers. He's a bad person. He should suck. Bryce Hall is young. He's hot. He's in shape. He's rich. He's popular. That dude, he should be cool. He should be more like his buddy Josh and Griffin. They're just laid back, being like, yeah, man, like life's awesome. Why is Bryce Hall always having meltdowns and picking fights? This is the guy who said he was in like 50 street fights or something like that. Bro, either you're lying or you're just an asshole. And you should be nothing but smiles and chilling. Pound for pound, dollar for dollar, the biggest loser on the planet. Last topic. Topic number 10 here on 10 Topics, 10 Minutes. Game of Thrones tweeted out, winter is coming. Summer's coming, not winter. But this is coming on the heels of HBO announcing that some of the prequels are back. Ooh, big fly, big home run. Yabo! Right in your fucking face, Cubs fans. Shout out to JD Davis. JD double Davis. If you're down a couple runs and you need runs now, call JD Davis. 877 runs now. I apologize for anyone trying to get their 10 topics in, but I'm watching the Mets right now and they had a big home run. So I'm going to restart the clock because that's unfair to Game of Thrones. So Game of Thrones, this came on the heels. So Game of Thrones tweeted out, winter is coming on the heels of them announcing that, that the prequels are back in action, that the one with Naomi Watts talking about the long winter and all that shit is actually back. And I'm just here to say, like, I'm about it. I'm down with it. I was talking shit about the finale, and I forever will talk shit about the final season of Game of Thrones and how badly it ended. And I swore them off. Nobody rewatched it during quarantine. Nobody's talked about it. Nobody cares about it. It truly ruined like the entire series. It was that bad of an ending. And I remember being like, I never need to see Game of Thrones shit ever again. And then they dropped this tweet and they talked about those shows being back in action. And I was like, I'm for sure going to watch this. No doubt about it. Give me a Thrones prequel with some good actors and some different writers. And I'm back on board 100%, because if it's even 1% as good as Thrones was in at its peak, it's worth watching. That's it for this week. 10 topics, 10 minutes. We'll see you guys next week.